Hello, adventurers! My name is Chance, welcome to my Spellbook, and thank you for tuning in to a very special episode of our Feat series for a couple reasons. First and foremost, and the much larger reason, Tasha's Cauldron of Everything was released today. Pretty cool stuff. I'm a little I don't know, I have mixed feelings about the whole thing in general, as I'm sure you'll find out in a lot of later videos. As far as the feats are concerned, I was actually surprised to see that there weren't really any differences from their Unearthed Arcana releases to the Tasha's releases. At least not in any meaningful way as far as I can tell, which, I don't know, some of it I'm a little bit disappointed with, some of it I'm very happy with, but, if you don't like it, you don't have to allow it in your game, and if you do like it, you can let your players use it. So it's not really consequential one way or another. And the second reason of why this episode is so important is it's the 69th episode. Can I get a nice down in the chat if you will be so kind as to do as such? So today we're talking about Crusher. It's found in the Tasha's Cauldron of Everything. There's a couple feats that are fairly similar to it in one way or another, but let's start with this one because the alphabet works a certain way. Now let's dive into its description. First and foremost, choose either a +1 to Strength or Constitution. Once per turn, when you attack a creature with an attack that deals bludgeoning damage, you can move it 5 feet to an unoccupied space, providing the target has no more than one size larger than you. When you score a critical hit that deals bludgeoning damage to a creature, attack rolls against that creature are made with advantage until the end of your next turn. I'd probably imagine this as kind of being dazed and confused. If you get whacked with a hammer and you're kind of disoriented for a little bit, that would be reasonable to assume. Overall, it's pretty nice. I like the fact that it kind of lends itself to a more niche play style and makes some weapons a little bit more valuable for the long haul than others. It's very nice. I like it. Now let's take a look at the walkthrough here. So as I mentioned earlier, +1 to Strength or Constitution, very similar there. And once per turn, when you deal bludgeoning damage, you can move the target creature 5 feet to an unoccupied space, provided the target is no more than one size larger to you. And when you score a critical hit that deals bludgeoning damage, attacks against the creature are made with advantage until the end of your next turn. It's overall pretty simple and relatively easy to understand. Something I do want to point out, however, and if you've been a long-time viewer of the channel, you already know this, and if you're familiar with Dungeons & Dragons 5e, you might know this as well, but forced movement does not provoke attacks of opportunity, and this is most definitely forced movement, so if you're planning on using it for that, I'm sorry, but no cigar. However, this is pretty solid. Let's get over to my personal thoughts on it. I really like it. I think it's great. I think you can use the movement to clear pathways and kind of rush past enemies. Seeing as how you can move them 5 feet, it's feasible for you to clear a path for your party members so they can move in a way where they are not going to get an attack of opportunity performed on them. I think that's a really great way of using it, and the advantage for essentially a whole round after your turn. It's really nice as well. Ultimately, there's not really anything I would change about this. I think it's a viable option at early, mid, and end game. I couldn't really imagine scenarios where this would be detrimental at all. It's certainly worth the feat investment. The only problem, as far as I can tell, is based on your campaign. There might come moments where it doesn't make sense to go with a bludgeoning weapon. This would be the case if you were provided magical weapons and none of them happen to invoke bludgeoning damage. So there is the potential for this being a wasted feat, but push comes to shove, you do still get the ability score improvement. So even if you're using something else temporarily in the hopes of finding a magical bludgeoning weapon, you're still going to at least gain some benefit from the feat through the long haul. So that's all I really have to say about it. Let me know what you think down beneath in the comment section. Mention any thoughts, questions, comments, or concerns you have regarding it. And let me know what you think of Tasha's Cauldron of Everything as well. Once again, I have some relatively mixed emotions about it, but I don't know, it is what it is. And of course, if you'd like to get your hands on a free one-shot, please use code WELCOME over at the Guildhall, and it's all yours. That being said, I hope you have a wonderful day, and as always, happy adventuring, everyone.